What's good, y'all? So today I want to talk about how sports betting on the NBA is like damn near impossible now, and it's gotten like ruined over the past year. And I want to talk about some reasons for why that may have been the case, and what's kind of happened with like the whole sports betting scene, especially with the NBA, and why it's so much worse now. Like last year, I remember I could get like Christian Braun at like 5.5 point line. I get like Obi Toppin at like a 6.5 point line, and I would just go over on them every time and it'd just be like free money. And then like I don't know, like you should get good players at really good lines, and like there were definitely a lot of messed up lines to where you could find some value. Like the odds compilers, like the people making the odds weren't as sharp, and now it's just like it's getting so much harder, man. I don't know exactly what you call the people that make the lines are, but those people are sharp as fuck now, and it's making it really hard to bet on the NBA just because like there's way less edges than there used to be. Like back in the day, like you used to be able to find like 3 or 4 point edges, like not even that long ago, like just last season, you used to be able to find like 3 to 4 point edges like everywhere, and you'd be able to like actually successfully bet. Like I had a super profitable season last season, but this year not as much. Like you're getting kind of shit on low key. So NBA, it's not your best friend anymore. Like it's become so popularized because of all the ads and all the commercials and stuff. Like FanDuel and Caesars and BetMGM, Bet365, their ads are all in your face at all times. Like they're literally always in your face. Like no matter where you are, you can be on your phone, be on TV, be like just at a sporting event. You're gonna see ads for this shit everywhere, and it's like it become so much to a point like where it's like you can't get away from it. Like even if you don't care about sports betting at all, even if like your cookies aren't like lining up with sports betting, you're gonna find sports betting ads everywhere because like these companies are just so like profitable. Like so yeah, that's the first reason. The commercialization of the sports betting scene has kind of ruined the NBA. FanDuel, Caesars, BetMGM, Bet365, they're all on your face at all times, and they're like doing these ads because they're making hella money off of people, and that's the only reason why they're able to fund all their marketing and all their ads. It's because they're making hella money off people. And you know what they say, like the house always wins to some degree, and at this point they are winning because like their lines are so sharp now. I don't know what happened, but you used to be able to get good edges. You used to be able to find like Trey Jones line at like 7.5 assists, Gillian Hayes line at like 7 assists, and you just go under on it and it was like free money. Obi Toppin, Christian Braun over 5.5 points, over 6.5 points, Nikhil over 6.5 points. That's what I was doing last year, and it was like free money. And they never like really updated the lines that much. Peyton Pritchard's line was at like 5.5, 6.5 points. Like Al Horford was always at like 5.5. Sam Hauser's at 5.5. And I used to just hit those guys like back to back to back. But this year it's like all their lines are like so sharp now. They're like higher. Like all the bench lines are higher than they should be. So the low lines, the 7.5 point line to 8.5 point lines, they're all a little higher than they should be. And all the like high lines, so all the like Trey Young, Franz Wagner lines, they're a little bit lower than where they should be. So like this works in a way where if you're going over on like Franz Wagner, over 24.5 points, he's shooting 20 to 25 times a game. If he plays a full game, he's going over. But you can't like fully trust the over, because if he doesn't play a full game, he's going under. If he like doesn't play the fourth quarter, he's going under. And half the games are blowouts, so they like position the lines in a way where it's like, do you think it's going to be a blowout or do you think it's going to be a normal game? If it's a normal game, the higher lines are most likely going to go over. And with like the lower lines for the bench players being so low, or are being like a little higher than they used to be. Like you used to be able to get bench players at like 4.5 point lines, 5.5 point lines, 6.5 point lines pretty easily, and they used to play more consistent minutes in like 2023 season. And now it's not great. Like, they don't play consistent minutes at all. They just like they pull them out right before they're about to hit their line. It feels like. I don't know if you guys bet on TJ McConnell this year, but like every time I bet on TJ McConnell, he's at like 6 or 7 points, about to hit his line. His line's 7.5 or 7 points or 8 points. He's about to hit his line, and then they pull him out, bro. They pull him out every time, and it's like almost like the coaches can just pull out your bench player like early, and then just fuck up the line. Like they won't be able to hit their line just because they don't get any minutes, and the coaches are like in complete control of whether the bench players are going over on their lines. They literally determine how long they play, and that goes for every player. The coaches are like in control with how many minutes they're giving them, because the NBA players are like so consistent with their minutes usually, and if they have consistent minutes, their game is consistent. They're not going to be ass. They're professional basketball players. They're the best players from college that moved to the NBA, and they're consistent players in theory. But the problem is the coaches can pull them out whenever. The lines are so sharp now. Like whoever's making the odds compilers, the people like making the lines, they're literally so sharp now. I don't know what happened. Like last year they weren't as sharp at all. They like there was edges everywhere. Like you could find 2 rebound, 2 assist edges like everywhere, like 4-point edges all over the place. And it would be like it was almost too easy last year. And this year I feel like it's doubled in popularity because of all the advertisements, the normalization of it in America. It's like super common. Like pretty much every guy in America has a sports betting account where they sports bet. It seems like a lot of guys sports bet nowadays, and it's become way more popular. It's like been legalized in way more states. So with all that popularization, they've been getting sharper and sharper, and they don't want to lose money. There's more money being wagered on the games. So it like honestly, they could rig them now. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they're like the coaches are working with FanDuel and they're like telling them to give certain minutes to whoever, or don't let them go over this line, just pull them out before they hit their line. Like that's what it feels like. But maybe the lines are just so sharp to where it like the coaches or their minutes like is just dead on with their line. So how are we gonna like make money in the NBA this season? Like I'm not sure. We're gonna have to wait till the playoffs, I guess. But it's been pretty rough this year. It's been pretty rough. It's been pretty hard to find good edges. Like if you're looking at the sportsbook lines sober, you're just like, where the fuck's the value, dude? Where the fuck's the value? I'm just not gonna bet today. There's like literally no value. But yeah, this is my 2 cents, man. Like bench players can't go over on their lines, even though their lines are pretty low. It's like they can't go over just because they get pulled out or some dumb shit. And then the good players, their lines are like a little bit lower than they should be, to where if it's a blowout, they just don't go over. And it's hard to predict. It's really hard to predict now. It used to be like easier to predict because you'd have more edges. Like you'd be able to find better bets and like hammer them because they're like such good like edges. And now they're so sharp, bro. They're so sharp. The odds compilers are literally dead fucking on to what they're gonna do, bro. It's like they're using props.cash to make the lines, dude. It's like they're using fucking all the data to make the perfect lines, and it's like a losing game. It's like you're 50-50 on your bets, and there's nothing we can really do to change that. Like we can search for edges, but the NBA doesn't really offer many edges. Like I don't know if you guys have been experiencing the same stuff as me, but that's what it seems like this year. National Blowout Association this year, there's like half the games are fucking blowouts now. So throw up a coin over or under, man. Like I don't know. College basketball seems to have more value, more edges, better like unders. NBA, man, I don't know what happened to it this year, but it's like way more shit than it used to be, and that's like for sure. And if you were betting on it last year, you know, bro, you know exactly what I'm talking about, man. This shit's probably hitting if you were betting on it last year. But if you just started betting on it this year and you're like losing money, you're like, why is this shit so hard? It's because it literally is hard. It literally is like really hard, and the sports books are like, they're getting all these advertising budgets from making money off of like just normal people. So yeah, it's just my thoughts on the NBA, just unfiltered. I know it's not good for the brand or anything because like I'm literally a sports betting channel, but that is the reality. So yeah, guys, like, comment, anything you guys have noticed about the NBA this year compared to last year. It's gotten worse for sure, right? I can't be the only one thinking this, and I know I'm not the only one because everyone on Twitter be complaining about it too. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.